Hey there, it's Coach Jeff from CrossFit Seize the Day. The workout for today, we're going to start with a Tabata workout where we're going to do some weightlifting movements. So Tabata, we have 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest. We're going to do 8 full rounds of each movement. We'll take a 1-minute break in between each movement. So the movements we're going to put together today, we're going to do a deadlift with a barbell or dumbbells or whatever object you have. We're going to do a hang power clean, so we're going to bring the bar from somewhere around mid-thigh knee to the shoulder, and we're going to do a shoulder to overhead, so some sort of press overhead. So it'll be 8 rounds of deadlifts in a row, 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest, 8 rounds of hang power cleans, and then 8 rounds of shoulder to overhead. So the weight for this workout, if you're using a barbell, the RX we'd say for the men would be 75, 55 for the women. It's not a very heavy weight, but again, Tabata is supposed to be fast and we're looking to get a lot of reps done. So we don't want to use a weight that we can't move very well with over a short burst of time. So scale that weight down to something that you know that's multiple rounds into the movement pattern you're going to be able to handle well. If you don't have a barbell, 1 dumbbell or 2 dumbbells is fine. If you only have 1 dumbbell, think about doing, say, deadlifts on one side of the body, one set, and then go to the other side of the body and the other set. Same thing for the clean and the shoulder overhead. You can just alternate arms. But if you have 2 dumbbells, just use the pair. So that'll be our first workout. Again, it's going to be 8 sets, 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest, with a minute rest in between each of the movement patterns just to recover a little bit. Same weight for all 3 pieces of work. So obviously the deadlift, the weight will feel a little lighter, where the clean and the shoulder overhead, the weight will feel a little bit more challenging too. So technically you want to scale the weight accordingly for the shoulder to overhead, as that one will be the most challenging. All right, so that'll be our first workout. We're going to go from that workout into another workout that will include the same barbell or dumbbells that you used. We're going to do a 10-minute amrap. That's going to be 12 clean jerks. So we'll take the object, the bar, the dumbbell, now from the floor. If your mobility allows, you're going to do 12 clean jerks, and you're going to pair that with some jump rope. 50 double unders if you have double unders, 50 single unders if you don't have double unders, and those of you that have doubles but 50 is a large quantity, you can scale that down. Shouldn't be a quantity that takes you much more than, say, 30 to 45 seconds to finish that jump rope. Okay, so it'll be 12 clean and jerks, 50 double unders or single unders. It'll be a 10-minute AMRAP, so as many rounds as you can do in 10 minutes. The weight we suggest using would be exactly the same as you use for part 1. The part 1 weight should be light enough that you can move pretty well through those clean and jerks, somewhat unbroken, or at least at a pretty good pace. In that. Start with about 20 seconds of the following movements. We're going to do a toe to heel rock. So we want to get warmed up for the jump rope. So I'm going to come up into my tippy toes. I'm going to rock back on my heels. So heels off the floor, toes off the floor. And we're just warming up the calves. We're warming up the Achilles. Before we start to jump and explode, it's good to get these warmed up. So 20 seconds of heels to toes. Let's go 20 seconds of a high knee movement. You can do it running, or you can simply kind of drive that knee up to that hand. Try to give yourself a target where your hand is higher than your hip, so that way you actually move that hip well and get some mobility. So 20 seconds of high knees, 20 seconds of a butt kicker movement. Think about, again, giving yourself a target, opening up the muscles in the hips and the thighs, and then we're going to do penguin taps. So basically that means jump. It's like a simulated jump rope. Jump, tap the sides of your body to simulate the movement of the rope or the movement of the wrist during the rope. So 20 seconds of that. So I want you to do 2 rounds of these movements, 20 seconds per movement, heel toes, high knees, butt kickers, penguin taps. That'll get the heart rate up. It'll get kind of all the joints and the lower body loose and ready to do some more dynamic work. Once you finish that, grab your barbell, grab your dumbbells, and we're going to do a quick warm-up for those movements. If you're going to go heavier on the barbell, meaning 75 is the RX for the men, 35 for the women. If you're going to go to that weight or heavier, you might want to do 2 sets of this warm-up. Start with maybe an empty or a light bar, and then go to the workout weight if you think you need that second set. So we'll take our barbell. I'll just use an empty bar to start. I'm going to ask you to just do simply 10 deadlifts. I'll stop mid-shin, so simply I'm hinging, pushing my hips back out of the way, letting the bar travel straight down. I'll stop mid-shin, keeping my posture in my upper body nice and tight. From there, we're going to go 10 hang power cleans, press the hips back, jump shrug, quick catch of the bar at the shoulder, 10 hang power cleans. From here, let's do 10 strict presses. Think about pausing overhead, keeping the shoulder blades engaged, the core is nice and tight. From after the 10 strict presses, 5 push presses, dip and drive, and then 5 push jerks, dip, drive, punch your body under. Okay, so once you have those done, you should be a little warmed up in the basic movements. We're going to practice some of the clean and jerks. I don't have weight on the bar, so I can't touch the floor, so I'll stop mid-shin. We'll come down, I'll do a clean, I'll catch, and I'll go right overhead. I can catch it into a push press or a push jerk, depending on which movement's better for you, depending on how heavy the bar feels to you. You may want to jerk under the bar if your shoulders are relatively tight. Okay, so 10 deadlifts, 10 hang power cleans, 10 strict presses, and then 5 each, push press, push jerk, clean and jerk. Again, if you're going to go to a heavier barbell, heavier set of dumbbells, do 1 round of that light, and then do 1 round at the workout weight, and that should be enough to warm you up. So once you finish those, one last thing to do, just take your jump rope out. If you're going to do some double unders, just give yourself 30 seconds to a minute of double under practice. If you're doing single unders, practice those single unders. If you can challenge yourself to get a little higher off the floor in your single unders, meaning a little more of a jump like a double under would be, but you're only spinning the rope once, that would give you more athleticism and more explosion and eventually get you better at double unders. So give yourself a minute to warm your jump. Okay, so now you should be pretty well warmed up and ready to go. So with the first part of the workout, we said that it's a Tabata workout. It's a 20-second period of work with a 10-second period of rest. If you have a Tabata timer on your phone or your watch, you should use it because that'll help. If not, just set up a clock running and you'll go from 0 to 20 and you'll rest from 20 to 30. And then you'll go from 30 to 50 and you'll rest from 50 to the minute mark. And you'll keep doing that for 4 minutes. That is 8 rounds of deadlifts. That'll take you 4 minutes. You're going to try to do as many reps as you can in each 20-second period. Work on really keeping good posture, though, and not getting sloppy, but it wouldn't be out of the question for you to get, I'd say, probably like 8 to 12 deadlifts out, if not more, if your mechanics are good each round. Once you're done with the deadlifts, take a full minute rest. You're going to transition to doing 8 rounds then of hang power cleans. Again, depending on your mechanics, you might be able to get out anywhere from 5 or 6 reps up to 10 or 12 reps if you're really fast and move well with the bar, move with the weight. Once we're done with 8 rounds of hang power cleans, again, a minute rest, and then we're going to move on to the shoulder to overhead. So you may strict press, push jerk, any combination of those movements. The goal is to get as many reps as you can out each round. And again, you might only be able to get out 4, 5, 6, especially when you're tired. You might be able to get out, 10 to 12 or more when you're fresh. See how that goes. But really good mechanics, really good movement pattern. So we have 8 rounds of that. So that's our Tabata workout. Once we're done with that, we'll take a rest. 3 to 5 minutes is probably good enough to rest. Make sure during the rest, you just kind of keep moving around and keep mobile because we're going to have a pretty dynamic part 2. The part 2, again, is 12 clean and jerks and then 50 double unders or single unders for 10 minutes or a 10-minute AMRAP. So again, if you move well, you're probably looking at anywhere from 4 to 6 or more rounds of that work. So it's a 10-minute AMRAP, 12 clean and jerks, 50 double unders or single unders, Those of you, again, that aren't that good at double unders and stringing big quantities of them, limit yourself to like, hey, how many can I do in, say, 45 seconds or something like that. That way you're not spending the whole workout just jumping rope. All right, so 2 challenging parts for you today. Work hard in them. These Tabata barbell workouts are a very good opportunity to work on your technique and work on very fast repetition and turnover and being consistent. We're not using a heavy weight, so it should help you think less and hopefully execute more during the movement and allow your body to do what it needs to do, which is move with fluidity and move an object well. Right? So work hard in this workout. Let us know how you did. If you want to tell us how many rounds you got out, how many reps, share a video with us, share us some pictures. We'd love to see it. You can hashtag us on social media at CFSD Strong. Have a good workout. Be safe, be healthy, and we'll